So that's why he likes Ethereal, for the total really good escape option, which is something Takeda has always had a built-in weakness for. So Neuby's Lasher, and at that also, Sooneo's Kitana. Both of these guys, they're obviously brothers. And as brothers, they played each other a lot in the arcades growing up. Killer Instinct was one of their main games. And they have this very jumpy style that many people are not prepared for. Especially Neuby's Lasher Takeda. He really takes advantage of the massive jump normals from Lasher.
He used that against me multiple times. He was doing jump back into a...
Yeah, jump back,
caught me off guard.
unique normal. The only time I beat him in losers finals once because I was playing Kunjin and would run up and up one on insane reads. Just like he put me in losers that tournament, and I managed to just somehow forget everything I was thinking and just chase him as he did jump back whip. It's harder for him to jump back whip against Mournful Kitana because Mournful Kitana can obviously control the air with projectiles, just like normal Kitana, but.
And also, I think if the time's right, the staff grab might catch him.
Yeah, that's a huge deal. Horizontal advancement. As long as he does it early enough.
Mournful is a lot more forward advancing than the other Kitana variations.
Yeah, and that takes advantage of Takeda's weakness of bad wake-ups. That's the good one, and it still got punished on the return.
Because of the return.
Interesting stuff. That was totally not optimal, but the chip made it work anyway. Sooneo takes the first game.
It's literally Buffalo. Like, I'm hyping that nobody else is good enough to beat them. Like, hold that, everyone else is playing okay.
Hey, he's going for the ethereal now.
I see.
How was I supposed to know that?
See, I think what's going on here, because when I originally went against him with Alien to try and kind of get some more space control with Tarkatan, but then I realized Hellfire was probably better because I have the in-your-face kind of pressure, and I think that's why he went with Mournful, because he could stay in Lasher's face a lot easier.
Totally, yeah.
Than Quan.
The EX projectiles from Mournful plus frames are super useful.
Yeah, he was doing those into a string into float, and the jump into from float, going into another pressure string.
I wonder how deep their character meta goes, knowing that both of them play at least two characters at a optimal level. So Sooneo also has Quan and also has Shira Ryu Takeda.
Now earlier I played Neuby's Conjurer Alien he was playing.
Oh wow! Yeah, I remember that actually. I was playing with him right when that dropped, and he was loving it.
I don't think Conjurer would do very well against Kitana though.
Yeah, he doesn't get time to set things up because of Kitana projectiles.
The only thing he'd have to really get in is EX pounce.
Yeah, and you don't want to take that risk.
Yeah.
Optimal ethereal combos, no satisfying knockdown pressure on ethereal combos. Yep, and with projectile, you get some space to work with, but that's not particularly beneficial against Mournful Kitana, who's totally safe jumping in if the jump in is not anti-aired.
Yeah, because then you get the extra
projectile right
wave.
After.
The double red wave.
Yep.
Or you can jump and float, I believe. Jump and float.
Yeah, jump and float's a huge
and then
deal.
Another jump.
X-ray on the table, not relevant. Yeah, I was more so pointing to that X-ray to show the meter deficit. Neuby is starting this round with a breaker and more. Wow. I'd expect the teleport punish when you block Mileena's teleport, and that's why he didn't want to punish it. Teleport cancel with X-ray is such a cute little devastating mix-up. Second time's the charm in this case for this devious little mix-up.
Now I know, because if you go for the jump, the teleport side throw, you can uppercut it, right? But you can't uppercut the teleport, the X-ray, can you?
Yeah, the X-ray will body you, so you got to be afraid of Mileena with full meter for that reason. She can teleport, and it's to her advantage because she can blow you up for trying to punish, and that scares you from punishing.
And Mileena's not too meter reliant for damage as well, so it's not like he has to worry about losing damage later on.
And she builds so much meter, tosses a lot of stuff, rolls around.
The sides, the rolls, the fades.
The only reason that might not apply is because Ethereal uses a lot of EX teleport, but we haven't seen it that much yet. And counterpick worked out so far for Neuby. 1-1 now. Interesting. that interactable is super advantageous. Probably good to just get it out of the way if you're trying to corner the opponent. Regular roll, very fast, mid, advancing move. You can just toss it out in footsies to make people afraid to do things, afraid to let go of block. And blocking, you're not doing moves while blocking. You're not advancing while blocking. If you make the opponent block in this game, you're doing a very good job.
This game is very much offense-based.
Yeah.
Once you get the momentum going for offense, it can be hard to kind of...
And we just saw a bit of a defensive moment from Mileena with those side tosses being ducked by Sooneo. And then right after, Neuby ran up unreactably and threw Sooneo to the other side of the screen. Even defense can turn into offense, and recognizing
There was
those
a raw
opportunities.
teleport that was unpunished.
Yeah, that's terrible, actually. You should be down wanting, because that will go under the side throw anyway.
Either that or uppercut. But
Yeah.
I think you'll get a combo off of that.
Yeah, a ducking normal like that. So, yeah, very strange, and no X-ray on the table in that situation. So
He has
must
the
be
X right now, though.
Yeah,
He's got full meter, and
I think he definitely could take this round with a thick X-ray combo, but also wants to take it by using breaker,
I think he's he doesn't use the breaker.
corner the opponent. Weird. Whiffed mix-up. Delayed rise is valuable for doing that, making people whiff strings or changing their timing. Alright, Neuby is now up to 1. Character switch from Sooneo, surely.
I think he's gonna bring the Quan.
I think...
I feel like Sorcerer could work well in this. Oh, no.
Wow, he has
Ninjutsu?
even more
Yeah,
characters than I
ninjutsu.
thought. This is
I just played his ninjutsu.
very good.
Totally forgot about that.
So you got the legit shit, the tournament. Used ninjutsu now. I didn't even know he had a ninjutsu, but it's very good to have a lot of options.
Ninjutsu's got a lot of good space control that can help against the Mileena problem.
Yeah, but the thing about that space control that we just saw, back to normal as an example,
It isn't safe.
isn't safe. Yep. Neither is that. However, it is cancelable into specials on the first hit, and that creates a tiny, risky, barely damaging 50-50.
Either that or the takedown.
Yeah, leg takedown. So that can be annoying. Useful for getting into people's heads if you're successful.
Now, what I noticed playing him earlier is he likes to go for the empty teleport without the attack, and he likes to go into that, into grabs he was doing.
He likes that with every character. When he plays Shirai Ryu, he does that too. Empty teleport to get it. You gotta make sure people are like capable of these punishes. I think X-ray is best to take the rounds. Like a single mix-up normal and X-ray.
See, there
Because
was
that'll avoid the break. Wow, forward 2 actually reaches towards the teleport.
nice upcut.
Great situational confirm from Sooneo.
Round 2. Fight.
Wow, great. He knew to duck. Yes. Good
Oh,
reaction. He
drop
did
spear.
too many
Punish for
normals.
He could have gotten probably a better punish.
Yeah, it's you don't probably wasn't expecting the drop.
Yeah,
That's a punish.
that's going to be a big.
And there's going to be no better punish than this because it's such an obvious situation. Very good.
Nice mirrorless damage.
Neuby's blocking a lot of overheads. He's I think he's late 20s, potentially early 30s year old man. Still got young man reactions. Andor is just anticipating overheads. There we see the wake up teleport into an unsafe overhead.
See, the nice thing Ninjutsu has over the other variations is he has an overhead besides the forward 4, and the forward 4 can be kind of reactable.
Yeah, totally slow. Yeah. That was such a good buff like a year ago for Ninjutsu, the overhead.
Oh, yeah.
The damage on normal EX, or rather EX leg takedown is 15% raw. You can steal people from breakering with just that chunk, or like armor them to death. Like it's so much damage for a little leg takedown.
Yeah, it is. Which is one of the reasons it's a really solid wake up.
Right.
Oh,
Hey, Fred.
nope. Get a. No, he whiffed. He went for a raw roll on block earlier and only got a standing 4 on the raw roll. So not a big punish.
No standing for cancel.
Nope, just standing 4.
Must be just a missed cancel. Wow. I love Mileena confirms where, like the little dramatic moment where you're not actually sure if the roll will get there or not.
Oh, Okay, there it is. There's the punish.
Yeah. I like throw punishing towards the corner as well.
Yeah.
Smart stuff.
Round 2.
If you're in recovery, throws cannot be tacked, right? It's a real punish.
believe so.
Okay, cool. Teleports around the interactable. Very good to avoid the plus frames throwing interactables brings.
I feel like throws are usually one of the more safe punishes to do.
Yeah, because even if the opponent is sitting there blocking, trying to block your potential punish if you're late,
You can't block
throw
throw.
will.
Then they have to try and tech it.
Right.
And if they do tech it, it's not like, you know, you'll be dropping a punish or something.
Yeah, that's right. You're just reset to neutral. Alright, so Ethereal Mileena on a verge of breaker. Ninjutsu Scorpion full meter and not really using it on anything in particular. Down 2, whiff punish down 2.
Oh,
Interesting
there's
stuff.
an uppercut out of the teleport.
Yeah, wow, great awareness from Neuby.
Oh,
Throw
grab.
punish, as you
Fade
said.
grab.
I think extra.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh good. Anything?
Wow, both teleports at the same time. Safe strike.
Cool.
Dodges the down 2. Down 2 dodges at the
There
story
you
of the
go.
match. Interesting stuff. That puts Sooneo against Toronto's dopest, Carlos, full auto Jacqui.
No, shotgun.
Shotgun.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He's been playing shotgun and it's
Yeah.
incredible.
Actually, I meant shotgun the whole time. He's been a shotgun guy even since before shotgun got buffed, and it's really interesting.
Now, with the most recent patch, Jacqui did get some nerfs. She got a lot of scaling nerfs.
Oh yeah, so her
So-
damage isn't insane anymore.
The 48% went down to 43
Aw.
for a bar. So it's still,
Just like her dad Jax, a big damage nerf by 5%.
he goes, I played him earlier in some casuals, and he likes to get you in the corner, and he goes for the resets in the corner to get the 50-50s. That's kind of the whole plan. That's kind of Jackie's whole thing.
Yeah, shotgun will leave you standing at the end of a huge combo.
I feel like shotgun's a lot better in the corner than it is mid-screen. Shotgun's
yeah.
very much a corner, kind of like her
And
dad. Her dad.
the corner, yeah, right.
Like the game plan with Jax is to push him into the corner, then get your game started.
Like daughter, like dad, D words, right? Oh, we got Quan coming out now for Sooneo. This is a
Now,
very
I feel like he could go full auto for this if he knows full auto. He probably does, obviously. But full auto has better ways to break the armored rune than shotgun does because of the full auto blast.
I see.
Oh no,
That's interesting.
because that's what I was talking.
That's
to,
actually so smart. Actually, I didn't think about the
I was-
4 hits of the.
I was
machine
talking to
gun.
him earlier because I was playing Gunslinger versus his Sorcerer, and he was talking about how. Because I'm not really sure what to do with the armor room. Because I have a buddy who plays Quan. He plays Summoner, so I'm used to that. But I'm not sure what to do with the armor room. And he's saying, go for the stance, the back 2 shots, try and keep him out and keep breaking the armor.
Yeah, and that not only does it break the armor and do some damage, but it wastes his time
Because
and
trying to
resources.
rush in on Quan with the armor rune up is super risky.
Yeah, he will blow you off if you do. Like single big hits become punishable.
Yeah.
Already corner now for.
They'll purposely
Carlos.
take hits just to get full combos on you.
Yeah. Very much a character that people need to adjust to or know about in advance. But
Some you need.
yeah, Carlos has the best Quan on the planet, Saki, in his scene. Saki plays all Quan variations, so
Yeah.
he's got the experience.
I've seen him on. Oh yeah, go for it. Go for it. I've seen videos of him, so
Yeah.
and that was a really convincing round.
Stop staring at
Yeah, actually, Carlos.
And he's got him where he wants him to.
Carlos reached
Oh, but he's going for the armor.
to
Oh,
both corners. You see, he's doing 1-2, the fastest 2 hits that Jacqui has.
yep.
Want some more?
So he does know this match.
Yeah. Whiff throw. Oh. Drop combo.
He was dropping that earlier too. He's going for the back 3 afterwards instead of standing 4 for some reason. I'm not sure if there's really a
It
difference.
must be some hit advantage thing to produce a mix-up afterwards, but I'm not actually sure either.
Because it drops the trance through that.
Wow, that string whiffed and prevented Sooneo from getting his anti-air combo.
And now he's back in the armor room. which is what
Yeah,
he wants. Yep, there we go.
That's why the back throw is smart. Yep.
Full combo off.
Exactly what you said.
He took the hit so he could get the full combo off. So now he's been pretty right.
All right, meter disadvantage for Sooneo though. Shotgun is actually very not meter dependent, so you can use a lot of breakers, and
I mean, you can X-ray if you want to.
she does need a lot of stamina for combos.
Yeah, there's a breaker.
Overhead
Now
into
he's back
low.
in the armor. He's staying in the armor. Now he's out of it.
I like seeing people use the weird, considered useless strings that characters have.
Yeah.
It's cool, like, to just wow your opponent mid-match with like, oh, cool, a new animation. Totally not a cancel into the practical special move. Wow, chases down Quan's back recovery.
Now he's back in the corner though. He's gonna get out of it.
Yeah, he can switch sides here, right?
Yeah, he can.
Yeah.
He's just gonna go for the throw. Because he
Very
could have broke.
smart.
He could have broke too.
And that nerfs
The throw's
Jacqui's
unbreakable.
damage a bunch by not cornering yourself. So smart. He gets all this space. He can air skull. Chip is a factor. However, does not get the pick up.
There's the sky drop.
Yep. I can't believe Skydrop just won it like that. That could have been death.
Quan Chi.
It wasn't even EX Skydrop. Like, he could get stuffed into an X-ray combo. He could get punished into an X-ray combo. That was dumb.
No, he doesn't play anyone besides Jacqui, does he? Do you know?
Carlos is a all-out Jacqui player. May of 2015, Jacqui player. All right. Doesn't
Drops
get-
the corner
That's an
combo.
extremely hard juggle. He must have been popping off for feeling confident.
21% gets him in the corner. Chose not to go for a mix-up there.
Wow, her damage really was nerfed.
Yeah, definitely. Not as much so in the corner, but the mid-screen, it's really definitely noticeable. Now I wonder if he's gonna, yep, he's gonna break.
Yeah, break while you have the life lead, and just about even meter A. 5-frame neutral jump punch from Quan. I remember that from several patches ago. It hasn't quite changed.
He's gonna go for the meter room now.
So
Okay.
good going into
There we
round
go.
2. So smart.
There, instant air.
Very good stuff from Sooneo.
He's doing a really good job of keeping him out now. And now he's left him with no meter, literally no meter at all.
I've never even seen 0 meter like that.
Except that for like an X-ray.
Yeah. And if like my
He goes
X-ray,
back for the, he's going right back for it.
if the X-ray is blocked, you still build meter, so you barely
Oh,
see
yeah.
empty.
You know, for the interact, gets caught out of the interact.
Still
Oh,
meter
he's
draining.
keeping the meter
even-
down.
Yeah. Wow. There is potential for Carlos to not even get breaker.
Yeah.
He has to really build a lot of meter with this offensive sequence.
He's pushing him right back to the other corner though. Gets
That
the mix-up
string
over.
whip was deathly. This is this a kill combo? No, it's
He's going right for a meter setup, or the rune setup.
All right, well, that doesn't make
Oh,
sense.
this is.
The meter wasn't a threat.
He's gonna get the. He's gonna go for the restand.
He must.
He's gonna go for the mix-up. No,
Oh, that's plus frames. Big leg. So he's
Yeah.
being unpredictable. He could chip out now.
Yep, there we go.
That was
down
a
3.
great play from Carlos to come back that round.
Enjoying yourself?
Pushed him all the way back to the other corner and got his game going.
Using, I think that's 4-up-4 that he used to
Yeah,
get plus
4 and 4.
By the way, I can't do that.
Big leg.
I don't know how to do it.
I've done it a few times. I can't do it consistently.
All right, here we got the chip room. This is what I wanted to see at the end of last round.
This is big damage.
Yeah, big damage, big chip.
Oh, gets caught by
Wow.
the jumping.
Very, very Street Fighter-ish run, walk up.
Oh, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna real. Oh no, he drops it.
All right, call it a reset. Call it another reset. Meaty back 2 gets blocked. Correct guess from Sooneo. Carlos in the ideal position here. Quan running out of health. He will get. All right, I was about to say breaker's not a factor, but is this? That's a kill combo.
This is the game.
Yeah. Oh,
And the
and it's a
brutality.
brutality.
Now, Carlos was saying earlier when we were talking to him that all the strings he uses on block, he only uses the strings that are +2 on block, except for when he goes for mix-ups. But if he's just trying to go block strings, then he just always does his +2 strings.
That's to beat Jacqui. Her fastest mid will be low pokes if she is +2 only, but not +1. I think that's the rule.
This is my first time seeing like a real Jacqui like this.
Yeah, he is super knowledgeable, practiced. He didn't come to the last tournament that I entered for MK. I unfortunately didn't enter this one because I was focusing on the other games. But the last time I played Carlos in tournament was a few months ago, and it was the second closest match of the day. And that allowed me to get second. Damn, I'm having a lot of fun nostalgically remembering that time.
See, that was interesting there. He went back 2 right into Rune, and then he went for the forward 4 for the mix-up afterwards. So he ended the combo after. He could have gotten a full combo, but he instead chose to get the Rune active. So I think he was just trying to, because he would have chipped out anyway.
Right.
So I think he was just trying to get as much meter as he could before the round ended away from him.
Yeah, there's a lot of micromanagement decisions like that it's cool to notice.
This is
Another
good.
thing,
Goes for the mix-up.
it allows you to build that meter, and also people make worse decisions when they're shocked. So like, if Quan does his typical 50-50, I'm going to make a very rational decision. But if he suddenly does it off of something weird
Yeah.
like that, then I might not even block at all. I might be mashing
It's
the button
you
or
caught him
something.
off guard.
Yeah.
That was a more convincing round right there.
Yeah, Quan built some meter dying. Wow, that
Up, but now he's out of the armor room.
we
He's
were
gonna
talking
break.
about being shocked, but like
Yeah.
that move is just way too slow to shock Carlos, who used his stand one just in time to break the armor. Although it
Go
almost
for
worked.
a rune setup here probably. He's
Yeah,
probably gonna go for armor rune. No, he goes for the meter rune.
yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, he's taking a lot of meter with every
Nice.
soul. You think he's meter again or chip?
I think he's gonna go armor here.
Yeah, armor.
Yep, there we go. Gets the low mix up.
Oh, didn't get the
Drops
combo.
it.
I've hit that.
Oh,
before.
but he gets slow again.
Opportunity number 2. 0-2 on the
Dropping everything.
Simple combo.
There we go. Use the armor to his advantage just to go kind of go all out.
That's some abrasive armor.
Quan wins.
Brings us to grand finals between Neuby and Sooneo. Yeah.
Was that like purely strategic? Like I've never seen you play
Yeah.
Quan like
Yeah. Hey guys.
It's so meta.
You know, I didn't even bring my stick today. If I did, I would have been playing some casual Street Fighter. Lowered health bars.
I like to see their faces and know that they see my face. It's how you project.
Yeah,
pretty good
I
at-
should have brought my my garbage Akuma today.
Dude, yeah, garbage Akuma can only say garbage for so long. Eventually garbage
Yeah.
gets recycled in our beautiful waste management system in this country and it becomes a nice, useful styrofoam cup or something.
I'm feeling after today I'm dropping MKX until Injustice 2, and then I'm just gonna focus on Street Fighter for now, probably.
It's been, you certainly, like,
It's
should
had a good
still
run.
play MK.
Well, yeah, I'll still play it, but I think my
yeah.
main focus is gonna shift to Street Fighter.
Yeah, and Street Fighter's got a long future ahead.
Yeah, and MK's had a good run. MK,
I do love this game. As much as I've been bodied, I've also had great successes, and even if not having great successes, I've
it's
had
just a fun game.
Especially like commentate and watch. Like you and I are having some fun right here too.
Never commentated anything before.
You're pretty good at
This
it.
is wonderful.
This is a very good first
Exciting.
experience. Yeah.
Okay, so he's going ninjutsu against the Lasher. Is this a button check or actually?
I think. What? There must be button check. Yeah. Because they're
This
doing
is-
special moves like it's.
This is
casual
interesting
play.
because these are two characters that both have really good space control. However, here, Lasher's space control is a much bigger part of his kit than
Yeah.
ninjutsu's, and it's safer because that's kind of his whole kit is that.
But within that same ethos of ideas, ninjutsu's mobility.
Yeah.
And.
Scorpion in general, just mobility can deal with a lot of
Right.
good
So
space.
we might see something like jump back whip from Neuby be air teleported by
See, that's
Sooneo.
what he loves. He loves
Yeah.
the empty teleport down 3.
And-
But he's done that
Yeah.
multiple times, and he's done that to me.
Because down three's fast, lots
is
of
gonna
advantage
hurt.
on
This is
hit.
gonna hurt.
It's not bad on block. Good combo. Restand into a painful situation for Takeda. He just straight up armors out of it. You
It's
can blow that
interesting.
up with 2 fast hits. You can blow that up by option selecting your own armor within your input.
I've found with my experience at Scorpion, if you wanna, if you're going just for the pure damage, 1, 2, 3 slide is really good. The 1, 2, 3 will only connect and just slide at the end of a juggle like that. But if you want to reset them, standing 4 teleport after chain, either that or jump over standing 4 teleport if you need to.
Yeah, change sides.
Not. Yes, change
that's fine.
and that gets them kind of like a standing reset.
Wow, he just ran straight past that kunai. Smart and courageous stuff from Sooneo.
Now is he gonna? He goes for. Yeah, he was going for the sweep.
That's a safe flow, correct?
The sweep, I believe it is safe, and it hits twice too, so
Yeah.
it breaks some armor. After the armor changes, a lot of things at multiple times.
Ninjutsu Scorpion also has back 3-2, forward 1, that very good, safe low string. I'm wondering why he's not opting for that.
See, it's not safe in the other variations though.
Oh.
It is punishable in the other ones. Actually, I don't know if it's still.
Okay, it might be punishable in this variation.
It might be. It's It's barely punishable. I think it's.
It's negative but safe, I think. Yeah, it's.
I think it's
safe.
-8. So it's.
But the pushback's pretty big, so
Yeah.
it's not punishable.
I've been throw punished for it, but I think that's pretty much the extent.
Look at that Lasher juice right there. He
Lasher
did
has some of the swaggiest combos in the game.
that jump back unique normal into grounded unique normal, which provides so much hit stun, either of them, that you can go straight into combos. Massive back to anti-air there. And he's doing it from a distance where is probably going to be hard to punish
Go for
anyway.
a side switch. Yep. Oh, puts himself back in the corner but gets the crossover.
Yeah, a little bit greedy potentially. He got a little extra 1% of chip and
Now,
a little bit of meter.
one of the things I've noticed watching the Scorpion is he goes on block, he'll go for 2-1 and then just let that go and do something after it. And the 2-1 is +2. And the 2-1-4 is also +2. But as of, not the most recent patch, but the patch before, 2-1-4, there's a gap between the 1 and 4.
Oh yeah, that's
So I think
even Takeda can squeeze out of
yeah.
that.
So that's probably, after the removal of armored launchers, the armoring through the gap's not as much of an issue. Because it's
Neuby
such a
takes the
small
M1.
gap, it's not always going to be worth it to just get them off you like that.
Right. That's
You're not going to get blown up for throwing out 2-1-4 and block. Full combo here.
Yeah, great punish. Aware of the
One
whip.
chain. Is he going to go for reset or hard knockdown? Reset.
Reset's always the best.
Reset and a standing 1.
Yeah, standing one's got some plus frames, and they
I think standing 1 is +2 as well.
yeah. They cannot duck it in that reset situation either, despite it being a high. So that's a smart decision. Yeah, okay, 2 hits instantly stuff the armor. I see.
Yep.
He blocked the first hit and then stopped.
He actually, as far as I know, he has the only special cancelable sweep in the game.
Yeah, that was a
I
patch.
think Leatherface can special cancel his, but only if they are hit by the very tip of it.
That's weird. That's super weird. I wonder.
I know you can special cancel it into his slide. I want to call it a slide.
Okay, yeah. They probably programmed some specificity in that regard.
Such a funky character.
Yeah.
Throwing 2 sweeps, then he goes for the overhead. It's conditioning him.
I can't believe that.
Gonna put him back in the corner.
It's so much more like.
There we go. There's
Okay,
a
now he's making
gonna
him
armor
regret
throw it.
blocking.
Now,
low.
Takeda Lasher now has actually 2 moves, 2 armored wake-ups that you can meter burn again for a launcher.
Yeah.
And Takeda doesn't seem to have too much issue with meter because of kunais and stuff. You build it pretty quickly.
And because of block strings into kunai, especially the really long string forward 1-2, 2+4.
Yes.
Several others. All right, so that brings us to 1-1 in first set, potentially last set. They're actually rocking the same characters. Sooneo in the last set he played only switched after losing twice. So that may be his strategy for this as well. No, it's
They might relocate or
she's actually swimming in money right now and she wants to offer.
Now, the sweep there, I think it's got to be safe if you just went for it on the block. And he didn't get punished for it, so.
Yeah, it makes sense because it's a lot less damage than Scorpion's other low option.
Now, the overhead whip, that only juggles in the corner, correct?
Overhead whip.
The Lasher specific special.
No, you can get combos off that in many circumstances. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, two-handed overhead
Yeah,
whip.
the two-handed
Yeah,
one,
that's corner only combo. Unless there's some kunai.
I think that's what you thought I was talking about. That one's not overhead unless you special enhance it.
Yeah.
That one's mid, I believe.
Yeah, you're right. It is completely.
There he goes. Like you said earlier, the 2 unique normals to Lasher.
They're so good together or
And
separately.
it covers so much range.
Yep.
And it's an overhead low, right? I want to say it's an overhead low.
No, it's just a jump back normal.
Well, the jump back normal, that one hits overhead. No.
I think the grounded normal doesn't hit low because
It looks like it does.
Yeah. Okay, that brings
2-1 Neuby.
2-1 Neuby. Yep. The back to the
He's
wall
gonna
character switch.
He's going for the Mournful.
2-1 Neuby.
Now, he won this last time with the Mournful. He pushed him out of Mournful into Ethereal.
Right. So we
So-
might see that if Sooneo takes this, and that would be the last match.
Yeah,
And it'd be a good one. Brother, brother, sister, sister, all that.
that would be cool. That'd be cool.
They've done it before. That was the losers finals at Canada Cup. Brother, brother,
Okay.
sister, sister. It's so cute.
Half sister.
Yeah. Horrible, deformed, mutation.
Technically,
sister.
they don't even share a parent. So it's more like.
They do
stepsister?
share.
Well,
It's like
Cole-
kind of a clone too.
Yeah, so. Were they even sisters technically then?
Well, like if you're taking my genetics to make another male me, it'd probably have to be somewhat of my brother. That's it.
Ooh!
The unique normal also has this dope anti-air hitbox that you can cancel to do a 10% little combo. Situational awareness like that is what separates Neuby from the rest of the Lasher Takedas.
The only, I think he's like the only Lasher. V-Man. V-Man is the only other Lasher Takeda that I can think of on top of my head.
Right. I haven't seen him recently.
The only other Takeda I can really think of now is Hayate. Is the only other Takeda
And
player.
he's all Ronin most of the time.
Yeah.
Right?
Because Raptor switched to Hellfire.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't expect that at all. I certainly didn't. All of his success came with Takeda previously. But now he's doing work.
I was expecting someone to pull out Hellfire because after this patch I started playing with it and I'm like, this character's great.
Yeah.
And then I guess he started playing it in Combat Cup and then everyone's like, whoa, wait a minute, this is really great.
And it has a representative.
It does now. It's the closest I'll get to my A-list. Rest in peace, A-list.
Right. Interesting. He must
There's a
have
lot
been
of
baiting.
respect right there.
Yeah, he was baiting armor, I think. But Mournful Kitana armor, she needs to spend 2 bars to get significant damage off their rising uppercut. That applies to all Kitanas.
Even then, if you wanted
Oh,
to
it looks
get,
like Neuby won.
even then, if you wanted to get a nice damage armor,
I think that puts Neuby like 2-0, 3-0 against Sooneo now. So in the brother-brother matchup, like Sooneo will beat players that Neuby doesn't beat, but
Yeah.
Neuby beats his
Yeah.
brother, it seems. And that's the older brother versus younger brother complex. I have it with my younger brother. It's very hard to beat someone
Alright,
who
switch it over
probably
to
got
KOF.
you into what you like.
see, my brother's 7, so I'd beat him. I would probably beat him.
Yeah, yeah. Almost similar reasons. Alright, I'm gonna grab some water as we switch games to a game I am playing, I think.
A game I have no idea about.
Wait, hey Brian, what is this KOF?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm actually know nothing about KOF, so I'll be signing off. That was
Just give us 5 minutes, we'll have countdown.
cool. 5 minutes, and then we get KOF commentators. I am FG Monkey Business, and I'm signing off for MK. I'll probably be back for Street Fighter, unless I win the tournament, which is a possibility.